One of the things I find most interesting is that patients almost never come into my office complaining about their jawline. Instead, they'll say things like, "I just look heavier, my face looks different in pictures," or "I don't recognize myself anymore." They know something has changed, but they can't quite put their finger on what it is. Then I hand them a mirror, and almost every time they point right here, their jawline. I'm Dr. Kenneth Yu, facial plastic surgeon, and one of the biggest changes that happens as we age is the gradual loss of jawline definition. But here's what's important. Your jawline doesn't actually disappear, it becomes hidden. That's a very different problem. When we're younger, the transition between the face and the neck is clean and well defined. Light naturally reflects off the jaw, giving the lower face shape and structure. As we age, several things begin happening beneath the surface. The deeper tissues that once supported cheeks slowly relax. Facial fat gradually shifts downward. Skin becomes less elastic. Even the bones of the face slowly lose volume over time. Individually, these changes are subtle. Together, they completely change the architecture of the lower face. And this is when patients begin noticing jowls. The jawline starts blending into the neck. Photos become less flattering. People often think they've gained weight, even though the number on the scale hasn't changed. One of the biggest misconceptions is believing the jawline simply needs to be tightened. Sometimes that's true, but many times, tightening the skin alone does not address why the jawline disappeared in the first place. Think about building a house. If the foundation begins settling, repainting the walls doesn't fix the structure underneath. Facial aging works much the same way. The question is not simply, how do we tighten this? The better question is, why did it change? That's how I approach every consultation. I'm not looking at one feature in isolation. I'm looking at how the cheeks, jawline, neck, skin quality, facial volume, and underlying support structures all work together. Because two patients with similar looking jawlines can require completely different treatment plans. One patient may benefit from improving the neck, another may benefit from repositioning deeper facial structures. Someone else may not need surgery at all. That's why there is not one solution for everyone. There shouldn't be. One of my philosophies has always been that facial rejuvenation is not about making someone look tighter. It's about restoring the natural proportions that aging gradually changed. When that's done correctly, people usually don't tell you that you look different. They simply tell you, "Wow, you look great." And they can't always explain why. They just notice that you look healthier, more rested, and more like yourself. And that's ultimately the goal. If you enjoy learning about how the face actually ages, I'd encourage you to subscribe. Every week I share educational videos to help you better understand facial plastic surgery and the science behind facial aging, so you can make informed decisions long before you ever consider a procedure. In a future video, we're going to answer another question I hear almost every day. What actually causes those jowls? Because the answer is much more interesting than most people realize.